you think about it, we want to build resilient communities that are keeping resources and wealth in the community. You're creating local jobs that if you were buying disposables, you'd be outsourcing those jobs. Instead, you are decoupling that community's reliance on a volatile global supply chain by keeping your resources hyper-circulating in a community. That only does good things for a community.
Shouldn't our communities have a right to decide for themselves how to address these issues that are very local and in a lot of ways have local solutions? Colorado, local control is a big deal. No matter which party you are in as a local elected, everyone stands up and says we need to maintain local control in Colorado. So giving back this power to municipalities was a big deal for our municipal organizations.
Talking about the impacts that plastic pollution have on tourism, higher numbers and amounts and densities of plastic pollution and trash on beaches actually has a really tangible impact on beach visitation. And for Florida, a state where we get 140 plus million visitors a year, it generates over $124 billion to the state economy. Being able to directly link how there is a potential negative economic impact from plastic pollution is really a point that I have found that really sticks with lawmakers.
Each state has pride in its state for, the attributes that are there.
When we do those tours of the MRF, that is always the most impactful thing because it helps people understand what you are tossing out doesn't go away. Our trucks make 100 to 150 trips daily from the transfer stations to the landfill. And this I call out because that is one of the biggest drivers for embracing a circular economy and the transition. And a lot of what we were putting into the landfill early on was still valuable commodities.
That solid waste management cost goes to the local government and the taxpayer. Economics is huge because, it's like socialized costs, privatized profits. And so why are we paying for somebody else's mess?
Allowing communities to have control of their own plastic pollution problems. Communities wanted to address other things besides bags, and they want to address straws, condiments, plastic utensils, and that these things are creating litter and costing taxpayer dollars in their communities.
The endocrine disruption, the reproductive issues, especially in young men, the fact that some of these additives and compounds mimic estrogen in male bodies.
I think we always want to test different talking points to see how effective they are with different decision makers and public health, family health, impacts on children, and even reproductive health, in conservative states can be salient points.
Using the health pathway is becoming more of the inflection point for people than waste. Nobody is thinking too much about plastic pollution, it seems like, as much as, how is this hurting our bodies and my children and your children?
What the cost of plastic is to municipalities, how it harms the business community.
Most importantly, when we leverage the private sector to be the ones to engage at the state level and sort of encourage these changes to happen. We're a pro-business state. Anytime business wants to try something or do something, the policymakers are usually on board.
Why are we not just doing the reuse like we always did? That's what we've always done. I don't know why we're not doing it. So I really think that there is some major support for that in conservative states because it's conservation. When I talk to people individually, it doesn't matter who they're voting for. I have never once heard a single person say we don't have a problem with too much single-use plastic. We just need to tap into the right messaging.